character of this car is just like a hooligan factor, I think. Very nice. And if you put it in comfort mode and you close the exhaust valves, it will be nice and quiet, and your wife can take it to the shop if she wants. You should not do that, but it's a possibility. Hello everybody, welcome to a new video of James Speed Shop. Today we are back at Henk Groten with this very nice C63 AMG P30 performance package. So what we're going to do today, the same as on the other reviews, look around the car, do a test drive, show you all the nice bits of this car and what it is to have one like this. So let's have a go. So this is 2008 model year. So this is the first one that they came on the market, 2008 or 2014. The W204 was delivered. You got also a sedan and a coupe. They came in 2011 till 2015. So this car is from the outside pretty standard. Standard wheels. P30 has dual two-piece rotors. Also 360 millimeters. They are a little bit thicker, 2 millimeters thicker than the original ones that are just not a. That's a single piece. So give you more brake capacity. 6-pot calipers, 18-inch wheels, 235. In the back we got 330 millimeters. Just a single disc. 2 4-pot calipers on 255. So this car is on Michelin Pilot Sports. Very nice wheels for this setup. Also, what is included in the performance pack is a limited slip differential that was standard in the P30. The P31, it was optional. The P31 that came after this was from, I think this was 2000. This was delivered in 2009 model year. In 2010 you got the P30. After that it was development package. A limited slip was optional at that point. Nice batching. Also like this detail on the hood, like it very much. Sunroof of course. Batching in the back. Nice mufflers. Opening of the trunk can be done on the key and in the door. We'll show you that later. So nice mat in the boot to keep all the dirt out. Also nice in this model. The 204 has opening of the rear bench. The 203, the 202 and the W201 does not have that, so you can fold down the rear seat in this model. That's pretty nice. The boot space, I don't know for sure, but it's between 450 and 500 liters, I think. So no electrical closing in a C-Class, if you do it by hand. Nice AMG badging. So in the back, electrical windows. Looks very good, nice trimming. The windows are a little bit tinted in the back. Also on the back side here, also a little bit tinted. Leather seats, looks very, very good. Front seat, everything electrical. Electrical mirrors, electrical windows, electrical seats with 3 memories in it. Here's the button for the rear trunk opening. AMG trimming on the mats. It all looks very good. Nice gouges. Also what's extra with the P30 package is the Alcantara steering wheel. Looks very good. Just a nice car. Look at these buckets. Seating position is fantastic, they really grab you. So let's have a look into the hood. So AMG engine. In this base there are 2 engines that are a little bit like each other. You got also the M159, that's the SLS engine. Also a 6.2 liter, 6208 cc's. This is the M165 engine, 6208 cc's. It started out in 2008. 457 horsepower at 6,800 rpm, 600 newton meters at 5,000 rpms, and more than 400 newton meters from off 2,000 rpm. So pretty powerful engine. In this C-Class, this is the lowest power output. In the SLS, for example, in the S-Class CL, you got 525 horsepower and 613 newton meters. There is a version with 660 Newton meters. I think that's the Black Series or something, CLK. I don't know for sure. But pretty nice power delivery. But in this version you can do 0 to 100 in about 4.4 seconds. You got the P31 gives you 30 horsepower more. That would save you another tenth of a second. And if you got the 507 edition that came in 2013 and 2014, you got 507 horsepower, of course, and it would give you 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. That should be a possibility. But if you remap this, you can get the same power as an SL or CL or an S-Class. 525 horsepower and 630 Newton meters would not be a problem. So I think we should do a test drive in this beauty. So, let's have a drive in this C63 AMG P30 performance package. Sits pretty good. Hear that sound. Sounds really good. So this is flaps in the exhaust. Just going to drive with it open, have a look how good that sound is. Brakes are pretty touchy. Sounds pretty good. So, 2008 car. The beginning. So this is later on you got, I think it was 2010, I think 2009 you got a multi-clutch transmission. So the torque converter changed for a multi-clutch. So this is with a torque converter. So this has not the race start and the other more like Comfort S, S Plus and race start and manual. It has only Comfort, S and manual. So it's now in S mode. If I put it to Comfort, the shifting times will be like a standard setting, and also it shifts earlier up and earlier down. If you go into S mode, it shifts 30% faster than in Comfort mode. If you go to manual, it shifts 50% faster than in Comfort mode. So also there's also rev matching downshift, so it's a pretty nice transmission setup. Personally, I think a torque converter transmission is much more friendly than a multi-clutch for the transmission, because if you don't have a torque converter, there will be more slip and roughness shifting in a transmission. So you need to slip somewhere in an automatic transmission. So if you don't do that in a multi-clutch setup, you need to do it in the transmission. And with this torque converter setup, it will slip in the torque converter, and that's just oil. So it has a lockup function, so it can lock up the gears in every lockup in every gear. So it gives you a better torque delivery to the wheels and better fuel economy, of course. So 7-speed transmission. So it has an magnesium case, so it's lighter than just the aluminium, so make it lighter. I think transmission is, if I look to a 722.6, it easily weighs 80 kilos, so I don't know what's light about it. So in 2011 you got a facelift model, so they changed some things on the outside. This is before this. I prefer this model, I just like it, the first versions. Seats are very good, I really like these seats. I can feel now this is a little rough road. and you can really feel the suspension is stiff. I can think some people will not like this. So there's no transmission setting in this. You cannot harden the dampers with a button or anything else or soften it. This is it. I personally, for me, this was good enough. I think it's nice. But yeah, that's pretty personal. I can think of it that you think this is too hard. Okay, engine wise. So M165 V8, 6208 cc's, double overhead camshaft, double overhead valve timing. So you got a valve timing on the intake and the exhaust. So what you need to know, there are some issues with these engines, and the bottom end is pretty strong, but most of the problems are in the cylinder head. So for example, you got the early versions up to halfway 2010 or the beginning 2011, you had a cylinder head bolt problem. The head bolts were an internal bolt and the new bolts were an external bolt. So you can see that if you take the valve cover off, if they changed. What happens, they got corrosion underneath the head of the bolt and they can crack. You get a leak in cylinder head. That sort of stuff can happen. So the best is just to change them. If you want to know if your bolts are from the version that had the new bolts or they are changed, you can go to the dealer, give your VIN number, they can see your engine code, complete engine code, also the digitals behind it, the initials behind it, and they can see if it is changed by the dealer or if it's the newer engine that they had it from factory. You should check that, I think. It's not a guarantee that it will happen, but it's a known problem and you can better change them. You don't have to change the head gasket if you change them bolt by bolt, so why should you not do it? A second problem is with these engines, you got a crankcase breather valve that's underneath the intake, then can harden out cracks, that sort of stuff. It can use a little bit more oil, you can let misfires of it. They say it's a half an hour job to change it. So if you have misfires and a little bit oil consumption, you should check that out, and if your car is a little bit older, just check it. It's not a big deal. It can be a problem. Can I close this? How does it work? Yes. So a second thing is cam adjusters. A third thing is cam adjusters. The cam adjusters have a back plate in it. It's a locking plate for zero position, I call it. They will wear out and you get a rattling noise of the cam adjusters, best heard on a cold engine. So it will, that's a problem that's known. I have made a video about it. If you want to see that, I will put a link below the video or on the side here that you can click on it, you can see that video. So I have to give a little bit of touch. That sound is pretty nice. Very nice. So there's another thing with the hydraulic lifters and the camshafts. Most cars will have it in between around 150,000 kilometers. It can be higher or less kilometers, but most of this you will get it because they changed the hydraulic lifters for ones that are also in the SLS standard. They have a different coating on top. The problem is the coating will wear out and that will get damage on your camshafts, and then both wear out and you just got problems with them. And it can go that worse that your camshaft is going through the top of the hydraulic lifter completely. So that is a known problem, can be pretty expensive. This car is so cool that I would fix those problems and just enjoy it. It's just, if you hear the sound and a normal aspirated engine is just, this character will never come back. I think it's just an awesome car. So this car is for sale at Henk Groten. It has done almost 70,000 kilometers. Yeah, it's just, I think it's just an awesome car. And a P30 with this package, I just really like it. It's just, yeah, hear that sound. Awesome sound. Just awesome. I'm speechless, it just sounds so cool. I think it's pretty awesome. So I think we should do an acceleration test in this beauty. Show you how good this particular car can accelerate from 0 to 100. So we're going to do an acceleration test in the C63 P30 performance pack. There's a special exhaust, I don't know the name of it, but I will put it down below the video. There's a special exhaust with flaps in it. It sounds like this. Very cool. So we put it in S mode. You can see that over there. At least leave ESP on, that's the stuff. Air conditioning is off. So close the windows and let's have a look how good this car can accelerate from 0 to 100. So let's go. Sound is so freaking cool. So to give you a good description what is the difference between the normal version C63, the P30 performance pack and the P31 development package. I got it on paper, it's easier to don't make mistakes. 2009 and 2010, so this is 2008 car, but it should be in 2009 model because it's a P30 package. They have a spare differential, limited slip differential in the back. You can feel that when you drive. It's perfectly both wheels. You got grip, so you got a spare differential. You got also the two-piece rotors in the front that I showed you before. That's also in this P30 package. They raised the speed limits of 150,000 miles an hour to 174 miles an hour, so from 250 kilometers to 280 kilometers. You also have this steering wheel, Alcantara steering wheel, and you got a stiffer suspension set, AMG performance suspension. In 2000, after 2010, you got a development package. That's called the P31 package. Then the limited slip differential was an option to get, what I think is weird. Then the power was raised from 457 to 487, 30 horsepower is more. You should do 0 to 100 about 0.1 seconds faster than you could do in this particular car. That's on paper. If you got a 507 edition, came in 2013 and 2014, you should do that in 4.2. That's possible. And you have also what I did in the engine. There's some performance bits in the engine. I think what I found on the internet, a lot of people say it's the internals of a SLS engine. You got a lightened crankshaft, different lightened pistons, lightened rods. Also you got a carbon fiber lip in the front. This car does not have it because it's on the P31 option list. And also you got also the two-piece rotors, and then the calipers are painted red. That's on the P31 package. So my personal opinion about this car is that, yeah, I think it's a very nice sports car. It's possible that your wife thinks it's too stiff and it makes too much sound, but who cares? This is just the car you want. This is a German muscle car. This is a thing I should buy. It's just, it's very cool. The character of this car is just like a hooligan factor, I think. Very nice. And if you put it in comfort mode and you close the exhaust valves, it will be nice and quiet. And your wife can take it to the shop if she wants. You should not do that, but it's a possibility. So I hope you liked this video about this C63 AMG. I think this particular model is in my, for sure, in my top 3 list of cars that I want to own in the future. They're just so cool. With this package and this exhaust, it's just awesome. But you can also close it. I don't know if you for sure if you now can hear it. I've got a small button. I think it's A. Look, now it's nice and quiet. I open it. It's nice to have. So, very nice car. It's for sale at henkgroten.nl. Have a look below the video. I put a link over there. You can also have a look on my website, jenspeedshop.com. You can find all the information about this particular model and the things you need to take attention to if you buy a car like this. It's for real if these examples are high mileage, like around 200,000 kilometers. For sure you have to look into the history of it, or calculate within the price that you have to do some maintenance on it. This is a performance car, you have to do maintenance. This particular car has done 70,000 kilometers. It's been running without issues, no weird sounds, startup, so it's a very clean car. Also on the outside, it's a big history with it. So if you're looking for a nice example, have a look at their website. So thanks for watching. See also all the other 63 cars that I drove for Tesla. Also did the SL63, the CL63. I did a S63 also, that was with a 5.5 bi-turbo engine. Have a look in the playlist. These are just very cool cars. And this is an era that will never come back with these big engines. So thanks for watching and see you for the next review. Bye bye.